Today is August 3rd, 2025. This is the Klamath River. I am just above Shovel Creek in Beswick. In this area, you can actually see where it benches down all across the river right here. It looks like it might split and go around a bench over there. It's kind of hard to tell from here. The last time I was up here a week ago, there was a bunch of different birds up here, some honkers. I'm trying to remember what all I saw. But you can definitely see that form of rocks go all the way across right there. So anyways, this is about the only vantage point that I have right here. So I'm gonna pause it and head on up the road. So we're up the road probably maybe a mile. It's hard to really see the river in a lot of areas just because it's so thick with brush and trees. You can tell it comes around that bend up there. Can definitely see more rocky bottom here. So I'm gonna pause it and see what we can see up the road. As I'm sitting here watching, I can see something floating down. I can't tell if it's foam. It's gotta be foam. Right there, that white. I could see some more coming down too, but I'm not seeing it right now. Definitely lots of foam on this river. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and head on up the river. Before I do, I'll just kind of show you what this whole area looks like. Looks like we got some thunderclouds building over there. It's kind of, I think, to the northeast. We've had thunderstorms pretty consistently for at least the last 2, maybe 3 weeks. We had some good rainstorms come through last night in areas. I'm not sure if it hit here or not. Found another clearing just above where I was at, so you can see it a little bit better here. And that would be looking upstream. Definitely lots of foam coming down the river. I think it just went in those trees. See if it comes out over here. Well, there's some more foam. So I found access point number 6. So we're gonna take on a walk down there and see what the river looks like down there. Cool little gates. You just open it up, come through, and there you go. So I'm gonna walk on down to the river. So I'm walking down here to the Klamath. You can see the falls. You can hear them well before you walk down in here. It's kind of actually really pretty right here. This is what it's looking like upstream. And this is still at the access 6 area. The gate was locked, but we could walk through the other side gate. You can see the sandy area here. I'll walk down there in a second, but thought I'd come over here and see what it looks like. And I don't know what this area typically should look like, but it definitely looks like there is a lot of sediment here. I'm assuming whenever they did J.C. Boyle, this is probably sediment that was left behind from him. And actually, I don't know, I'll see if I can see them in my camera. There's actually little fish in the water. I can see a few of them. Let me see if I can zoom in to where they are. I don't know what kind of fish they are. Okay, so there's the bubbles, and if I look around the bubbles, you can see a few of them there. And as I look over here to the edge, you can see some of them there. So this would be the first any kind of fish I've seen today, little fish. Like I said, I don't know what kind they are. But when you look around, you can see some rocks in here, and you can definitely see the sediment that's been left behind. I'm assuming you can see the fish swimming, the couple of them that are here. You can see their little shadows. But that would be a rock that I can see. So you can definitely tell that there is some sediment buildup here. You can see that there are some water skippers here. This is kind of what this area is looking like. It's actually kind of really pretty right here. I don't really smell much as far as a foul smell here. It looks like at one time, or when it was higher flowing, you can see that mussels were at one time present here, as there is a couple shells. So I'm gonna walk over here to these little falls and see what I can see. I'll come over here and peep off the rocks. There's a couple little white butterflies, some dragonflies. Looks like some old dead clams that are in there, or not clams, sorry, mussels. I can kind of see them down there in the bottom. I'm sure you can see them now. But you can see that there is a thin layer of sediment that is here. These rocks, I do see some like water skippers on top of the water. I don't know if you can really see them. You can see the water kind of moving. I'm not sure if I want to go that way. That ground doesn't necessarily look the best. And these are a small little fall. And it kind of diverts around this direction. When I look, it might be a remnant of an old dead crawdad when you look right there, because it is bright orange. Probably one that was living at one time. Gonna kind of come out here on these rocks, see what I can see. They're all pretty stable. Kind of the water clarity here, and if I look in the rocks you can see my shadow, but there are some more smaller fish right here. I'm trying to see what size they are. I got my special little glasses that my friend is letting me borrow so I can look in the water better. I think that they hid behind the rock, but I can't leave these glasses on too long because then I can't see my camera. A couple dragonflies that are here. I can see some, oh, sorry, I'm zoomed in too much. I see a few little fish in this area. So, I mean, this is a good sign, but like we are above the side of 3 dams. So the only dam that was above this would have been the J.C. Boyle Dam. This looks like it could be a fairly deep little spot. I can see some rocks right here, but I really can't see anything further out. So I'm not sure how deep this is right here. Got some thunderclouds building. I think we're supposed to get thunderstorms, like I said, again later this afternoon. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it. So I'm definitely seeing quite a few like smaller fish in this area, but as I'm standing here and I'm looking out, I mean, there's definitely bugs on the water, and you see a lot of them on the water, and it makes me wonder. I have yet to see like a bigger fish jump, so I'm not sure what there is here in this area in regards to bigger fish. The ones that I see are probably like an inch and a half. And that's like all I'm seeing. I have yet to see anything like jump up out of the water or go for any of the bugs that are pretty present on the water system here on this part of the water. It is pretty smooth here, so if there was something to jump, you could definitely see it for quite a ways up in the water until that rapid up there. And I have yet to see any kind of fish jump. I'm just seeing babies. There's definitely lots of babies. I shouldn't say lots, but there's quite a few of them right here near the shoreline. But I have yet to see any bigger fish anywhere. And there kind of seems to be, I don't know if there's that foamy stuff, and I don't know if you can see it. There seems to be kind of like it could be the foam that you see. It's got like a weird pattern on top of the water. I think you can see it in my camera. So that foamy stuff is definitely giving a different pattern on top of the water. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. So as I'm walking around this area, which I'm just above the river here, you can definitely tell where the high flow was when they released the water. All this white cracky sediment. So you can see how high the flow was at one point and all that sediment that's still left behind. Like I said, I haven't ever been up here before, but you can just tell where it stops, which kind of is right here because the soil type is different further up. So I'm going to pause it and go back over the tree. So this is right below the falls. Just a little diversion right here. It goes on down and around that corner. But you can see that there's a few different drops in here. You can see that there's a drop right there. Then obviously right there. So I'm gonna pause it. So I just walked down just a little bit. So that's another shot of those falls. And that would be the second bench that you can see. And then you can see right here is where that little flow around kind of goes back into the Klamath River. It's kind of hard to see downstream from here, but that would be downstream. So I think I'm going to end this little video here. Thank you for coming on this field trip with me today. It's definitely all a new adventure, as I haven't been down here to the Access 6 point before. So this would be about 6 miles upstream of the Copco Bridge and the little town of Copco.